Hello, this is Harry Paden. I am the host of Paden's Pulpit. This is season 2, episode 14. The subject, the history of black jockeys. The history of black jockeys. The Kentucky Derby is on. I'm a lover of horse racing, have been since I was small. I went to my first horse race way back before the Meadowlands was built. I went to Monmouth Park. I took a bus. And back then, smoking was legal. All them old guys with them big stogie cigars, I almost died in that thing. But I got a chance to watch horse racing. I've loved horse racing ever since. One of the most magnificent sports ever created. Today I'm going to cover a subject that we as a population, we meaning people in general, don't know much about. I discovered it because I'm a lover of black history. And I'm going to give you some history of black jockeys, and you'd be surprised. Black horsemen, also known as jockeys, played a vital role in shaping early American turf history. Turf is a term used for racing. And the Kentucky Derby. The history of the Kentucky Derby and black horsemen are intertwined. They're connected. The Derby and Churchill Downs, another magnificent race, owe a great deal to those who helped shape America's greatest race. Listen to this. 13 of the 15 riders in the first Derby were black. Say it again, Paden. 13 of the 15 jockeys in the first Kentucky Derby were black. Didn't know that? And black reinsmen won 15 of the Derby's first 28 runners. Say it again. Black jockeys won 15 of the first 28 derbies. In the early days in this country, blacks were the jockeys. Now you see a lot of Mexicans and other foreigners, because you have to be very small because the weight plays a role on how fast the horse runs. But blacks, because they interacted in slavery, they were expert horsemen. They knew how to handle them. They knew how to ride them. That was their job. Most of the owners didn't want anything. That was dirty work. Shoeing horses, taking care of horses, making sure they were exercised. So the black jockeys were the ones who knew how to ride these horses best. And as is the case, as time went on and blacks dominated this sport, whites got upset. You imagine being a white man running against a black jockey back in the early 19th century, and a black guy beat you. All your friends and they talk about you like a dog. I'm telling the truth. And white guys' egos are very small, like a little peanut. I'm just saying, most. The racist white guys, because I have a lot of great white friends. And a lot of whites have been very helpful to not only myself, but to the entire world, and especially the black civil rights movement. But I'm going to give you this tidbit of information because it's in my book. And the book is called Sick and Tired of Being Sick and Tired. We have overcome. It's available on Amazon Books. But you can get this, the history of black jockeys. You also can get, let me see some of the other subjects. Sorry. It's just so much. Black kings and queens, Queen Charlotte, Britain's dirty little secret. There was a queen, a black queen in England way before Princess Meghan Markle. The story of Central Park. Central Park was a black village that they confiscated. There are other historic things in this book, too many to mention because I don't want to take too long. But here are some black jockeys that you can Google, or you can get my book, but you can Google their names. Oliver Lewis, William Walker. And these guys, this are the dates. 1875 for Oliver Lewis, back in the 19th century. William Walker, 1877. George Garrett Lewis, back in the 1880. Babe Heard, 1882. Isaac Murphy, he rode back in the 1880s. Erskine Henderson, 1885. Isaac Lewis, 1887. Alonzo Lonnie Clayton, 1892. James Soup Perkins, 1895. Willie Sims, 1896. And this one, if you don't look up any other jockey, look up one of the greatest between him and Isaac Murphy, Jimmy Winkfield. Isaac Murphy and Jimmy Winkfield. Look up the history of those two. They were dominant. They were the LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry's of jockey. Available in my book. Knowledge is power. My people perish for lack of knowledge. As you watch the Kentucky Derby, if you do so, I do so. I'm going to be watching. I watch it all the time. I know more about horse racing than the average person. Never rode a horse in my life. But the sport of horse racing, I know so much about. But the book is called Sick and Tired of Being Sick and Tired. We Have Overcome, by Harry Paden. That's me. It's available on Amazon, or as I said, you can Google it. You know, you can get the information, but I dare say the accuracy of what I have, you'll be so knowledgeable. But again, that's your choice. I'm not a book bagger. If I never sell a book, I'm good, because I know those are some excellent books. Sorry, I digress. Black jockeys, you should know that until racism reared its ugly head, they dominated the sport. They dominated the sport. If you're too old to know that, you should teach it to your kids. To God be the glory. Knowledge is power. To God be the glory.